snacks.
What it do, snackers, snackettes, snack X's? It's your boy Gage. I'm here at AwesomeCon 2022.
Awesome.
We're having a good time. I saw some dope artwork. Aesthetically, very different from everything else that I've seen here. So what does that mean? It means we stop and we talk, right? Indeed. Do me a favor. Introduce yourself to everyone who's watching.
Hi everybody, my name is Monique Cucci, and I am the artist behind Crooked and Beautiful.
Crooked, can you do that? Crooked and Beautiful. I like that. Let's start with that. How do we decide the name? How do we choose Crooked and Beautiful?
Alright, a couple of things. Number one, my aesthetic, which we might talk about later, is based on a lot of weird, creepy kind of artwork, but not horror necessarily. I like Halloween. I like to call it like an elevated Halloween aesthetic, right? Something creepy, eerie, a little unsettling, but not necessarily like gross.
Gory, bloody.
Not necessarily like gross, gory, bloody. So I've often described that kind of artwork as crooked.
Sure.
Which I thought was pretty cool, and I've described what I've liked to people before as being both crooked and beautiful, and I've had people go, well, that would be like a cool name, and I said, you know what, it would be a cool name.
It does kind of sound like a band.
It does kind of like
it does sound a little bit like a band. Like, I mean, maybe you should have a soundtrack.
I'm fine with that.
Okay,
you play something, we can be in a band
favorite
together.
song that you would put. If you have a song that you would add to your own soundtrack, what would it be? Oh, that's tough, isn't it?
It is really tough.
I like to ask the hard-hitting questions.
I know. I was gonna say something by Hailstorm, maybe, but I also like In This Moment a lot, and they have a song called Bad Wolf.
Okay. In This Moment, Bad Wolf.
Yeah.
Is that a suggestion? Should everyone?
That's a suggestion.
Okay.
I mean, it's not gonna be for everybody, but try it out and see how it goes.
But there's something about it that you feel might tie into the aesthetic of your artwork.
100%.
I like that.
100%.
Okay. So, this aesthetic specifically,
Yeah.
has this always been your thing?
It has.
Have you always been creepy?
Yes. Yes.
Gross
My
and
mom,
beautiful?
it's hilarious. So it's funny because my family in general loves creepy stuff.
Okay.
My mom is a really funny mix of like Disney princess wannabe, but also loves Halloween-y type stuff.
Okay.
And she was like really pumped to have girls. She wanted to dress us up in pretty fluffy things all the time. And then Halloween would roll around. And I'd want to be some scary witch or something, which was always
Nightmare Before Christmas.
kind of sad to her,
Like the
but
perfect-
also, yeah, I've just always loved it. Halloween's always been my favorite holiday.
Okay.
I've always loved the aesthetic of it. I love drawing Halloween-y kinds of things.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I've just been interested in since birth.
So that informs your
Absolutely informs it, because it informs what I like and what I follow and the kinds of artists that I'm drawn to.
Yeah.
And then art is always, it's iterative, right?
Sure.
So I have a laundry list of artists that I love. They're a constant inspiration for my work.
Yeah.
And what's also really nice is when people float past my, thank you, is when people float past my booth and they're like, oh, reminds me of Edward Gorey a little bit. And I'm like, yes.
Because that's what I want.
Thank you.
So,
yeah.
do you have a favorite piece here?
Do I have a favorite piece here?
Yeah. Again, I told you the hard-hitting question.
Yeah.
What
You got
do
a
you
good
do?
question. I'm gonna go with the Twisted Sisters.
Twisted Sisters. Also, could be a really good band that could have a good song that could be on a soundtrack for your work. Twisted Sisters.
Definitely.
Great.
I think they might be a band, actually.
Twisted Sister is a band.
Yeah, that's what I
They
thought.
are
Yeah.
definitely a
That's what I
band.
thought.
They definitely should. Yeah.
The funny story behind that one is it's actually inspired by the Olympics this past year. I was watching the Olympics on the slope style course. They have all these different elements and they all have names. They're like, oh yeah, so and so hit Twisted Sisters just right and like did that really cool 1080. And I was like, well, that sounds like it should be in addition to a band. That sounds like it should be like a creepy illustration. So that
So let's
weird
talk about
picture.
your medium.
Yeah.
Because We spoke earlier,
We did.
and I was drawn to a piece that you had said had a lot of colored pencil in it.
Yes,
But a lot of what you have here is black and white.
that's right.
And then there are some that have these really brilliant pops of color. Do you have a preference?
Between black and white and color, or just medium in general?
Both.
Both. Okay. As far as mediums go, I prefer dry media to wet media.
Okay.
So mostly pen, which dry media,
Sure.
it's a pen, right? I prefer drawing tools to painting tools.
Okay.
If you put it that way, right?
Yep,
So most
that
of what
works.
I do is either pen or pencil, colored pencil, that kind of thing. I've always just been, I want to say better. It feels better to me to use line rather than brush stroke
Sure.
and form, right? So that answers that side of the question. Because of aesthetic purposes, I'm really drawn to black and white, obviously. I do appreciate color though,
Yeah.
and have been dipping into color more in the last couple of years than I think I have previously. And I'm trying to figure out a way to make color work within my aesthetic,
Yeah.
and so you'll start to see
I think it
little
is.
accents of it here and there, and I'm starting to feel it. Starting to feel it.
You're going into colors of like a COVID pandemic related thing?
A little bit before that,
Like,
a little bit before
okay.
that probably, but more so as I've taken a couple classes on color theory, played around with different, I have a bunch of different colored pencils and different stuff, and just giving myself the ability to play around with things and not necessarily have to
art.
rely on it being
Right,
perfect. Yeah, part of the Crooked and Beautiful name comes from my my bad habit of perfectionism too, and just reminding myself that that's not necessarily a thing that has to be true
fine.
all the time. But yeah, the more you let yourself play, the more you find cool stuff. So
100%.
color is coming from that for sure.
Speaking of finding cool things,
Yes.
okay? If someone made the mistake of not coming to AwesomeCon and they want to find your cool stuff,
Yep.
how do they do it?
I am on Instagram at Crooked and Beautiful. You could also just go to crookedandbeautiful.com. Everything that's here is also for sale there.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate
Appreciate it.
Listen, somebody go get Crooked and Beautiful the band.com right now before it's too late. So we got a few more things we have to do. We're wrapping up day 3, but we're almost done. So we can get it all to you. We're out. Tools and Loose. What it do, snackers and snackettes? Did you like what you just saw? Would you like to help us grow? Here's what you can do. Shoot over to patreon.com/loading snacks, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite platform of choice. Appreciate you.